Welcome back to the back nine at Pacific Dunes. The front nine was a disappointing start to the round with 3 double bogeys and 4 3-putts. And if you're having trouble hearing me, that's because I'm talking over 30-mile-an-hour crosswinds. I'm hitting a 7-iron here. When I hit it, I thought I had a hole-in-one moment in my hands, but I needed a half club more. Putting for birdie, this is about 15 feet away, and it really is amazing how wind can even affect putts. I hammered that and it still came up short. 11th hole, using the same club as I did on the 10th. We're about 20 yards closer, but the wind is into us. This is a solid strike once again. So we're looking at back-to-back birdie attempts. Kind of pulled that a little, solid line, gave it a good run. We'd have another tap in for par, back-to-back pars. And let's take a moment to look at the beauty of Pacific Dunes. No! All I can say is hold on to your hats when you're at Pacific Dunes. We continue hitting into this wind on the 12th hole, par 5. This was a solid drive that just doesn't go anywhere. But I am on the fairway. Second shot with a 3-wood in hand. I hit this pretty clean, but it went absolutely nowhere. So now I'm 185 yards away. Decided to hit 3-wood again, and this is a different trajectory. This would actually be too much club. It is kind of difficult to determine what type of club to use when you're in these conditions. But I hit it straight. Got a birdie putt. Gave myself about 2 to 3 feet for par. And all of a sudden, guys, we got 3 pars in a row. 13th hole, yes, we are still hitting into this wind. And I take this over the Pacific Ocean. Yes, my friend, it is that far left. Now, I'm not saying that this is a Jordan Spieth-like moment for me, but I am about a foot away from death. All I want to do here is make contact and not die. I accomplished both. Third shot here, I gotta chip it up the slope. I did not catch the slope. It trickles off the green, and unfortunately I cannot find the footage for the next shots here. I chipped on and then 2-putted for double bogey. That was kind of deflating, but we would soldier on to the 15th par 3, 130 yards. I have a pitching wedge in hand, downwind this time, and I hit this one pretty well. I caught it a little thin. It would reach the top of the green but roll all the way back down, so now I'm putting back up the hill. Thought I had to give it a little juice, but that would roll out a little longer than I would have liked. So we're putting for par here. And I'm getting front nine vibes all over again. Double bogey, bogey. Gotta get back on the par train. 15th hole, par 5, 504 yards, downwind. That would be perfect. That would roll out to over 300 yards. So I have this 5-iron here from 186 yards into a par 5. A reminder that this is my second shot. Feeling like a boss. We'll lead this one a little out to the right. Chipping back on. Club kind of grabbed in that rough, so it leaves me with a rather long birdie putt. We just want to nestle it up close to the hole. Goes a little long. Got a nice beefy 5-foot putt for par. Can it go in? Oh, yes. That is the 4th par in the back nine. And they say that the back nine at Pacific Dunes plays a little harder because it is closer to the ocean. That has not bothered me as of yet. There's another drive that would go just shy of 300 yards. Second shot, just pitching it back onto the green. And we are loving life right now. Completely different golfer that you are watching in this video right now compared to the front nine. Coming up a little short there. We would put that in for par. Now that's 5 pars. 5 pars and we're not done yet. 17th hole. This is a long par 3. Playing over 210 yards. My friends also went left on this hole. I would join them. They say that golf is a game of inches. And there's an example right there.
Justin, that was an inch away from creeping back down in the bunker.
I do suggest having a caddy when playing at Bandon Dunes. I did not use a caddy during my rounds. I was spending enough money as it is on this trip. But I do recommend having a caddy. It does shave some strokes from your score. 18th hole is a par 5, and if you haven't noticed, the back 9 at Pacific Dunes is a little quirky. Because there's only 1 par 5 and 1 par 3 on the front 9, there's only 2 par 4s in the back 9. That's something that I've never really seen on any other course except for Pacific Dunes. So there's 2 very well placed shots here on the 18th. Can we make it to the 3rd? I would reach the green, but it would trickle right of the flag. So we got about 15 feet for birdie. Had a lot of birdie attempts in the back 9. None went in, unfortunately, but we would tap in to seal the par. That would be 6 pars on the back 9. That is a 4 over 39. This was a Jekyll and Hyde round for me. I wanted to get at least 1 birdie. Lord knows I had many opportunities, but we go out strong. As you can see from the stats, I played some really good golf on a really good course. It may be a pain in the ass to get here, but man, when you do, you will not be disappointed. Next up is day 3 of our trip. We play Bandon Trails and we play Sheep Ranch. Those videos will be coming out shortly. If you like this content, please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the first hole.